Alright, let's talk about using the greatest common factor to find equivalent fractions. In the earlier lessons when we were talking about equivalent fractions, we were representing equivalent fractions by multiplying the number of equal parts and the number of equal parts used. But this time, we're going to have cases where we're going to have to go back the other way and find any fraction that's equivalent to where we have a fewer number of equal parts. And let's look at an example. So we want to try to find a fraction that is equivalent to 6/8. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to shade in 6/8. So right now I have 6/8 shaded in, and I want to find something that represents the exact same amount, but the number of equal parts are fewer, but still equivalent. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make another copy of my 8s. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag it down because I have something else already made. So as you can see that both of these are exactly the same size and shape. And again, what I'm going to do is I'm going to shade in those 6 pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, I want to represent this by using a fewer number of parts. And y'all already see when I slid it over that both of these are the exact same size. Now, what if I erased this middle bar between all of these fractions right here, and I reduced the number of pieces from 8 pieces to 4 pieces? And as you can see that I have 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces now. 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces. And on this side, on this one over here, I had 8 pieces. Now I'm going to shade in the exact same amount. I'm going to shade in the exact same amount of space. But now, instead of having 6/8 over here shaded, what's equivalent to 6/8 is 3/4. Now, well, how do we do that? And let's look at that, finding the greatest common factor. So we have 6/8, and what we want to do is, boom, factor rainbow time. So 6, then I have 8. Now I'm going to use my factor rainbows. 1 times 6, and then 2, nope, let me switch that color. And then 2 times 3. Over here, I have 1 times 8, 2 times 4. So those factors of 6 are 1, 2, 3, 6. For 8 is 1, 2, 4, 8. And I remember I want to find the greatest common factor, the greatest number that is common to both of them. Well, and that number is 2. So the GCF is 2. That is the greatest common factor between 6 and 8. Because if you look at 3 and 6 and 4 and 8, those numbers are not common to both 6 and 8. But 1 and 2 are, but 2 is the greatest factor. So now, remember that we're trying to have fewer pieces but represent the same amount. So in order to do that, we have to divide. And what are we going to divide by? We're going to divide by 2. And whatever we do to the numerator, we have to do to the denominator because we want to represent the same amount. So 6 divided by 2 is 3. 8 divided by 2 is 4. And, now if we go back to the other page, we can see that, yes, 6/8 3/4 and 6/8 are both equivalent, and you saw it using two different methods. And well, that is the end of our lesson on using the GCF to find equivalent fractions.